Hey YouTube, it's Marita, and welcome to another edition of the Nurse Lounge. And in this edition, we're going to continue my series of my narcissistic marriage, my road to recovery. And today we're actually going to talk about something directly but indirectly related to this topic, which is divorce, marriage, all of it. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, please stay tuned. Welcome back. My name is Dr. Marita P. I'm a registered nurse. However, today we're not talking about nursing. We're actually going to talk about marriage and divorce. And so I just want to come on here real quick and kind of talk about normalizing divorce as it not being necessarily a bad thing. We have in society this negative connotation that if you get a divorce, you've done something so terribly bad and people feel sorry for you, or people are like, well, did you work it out? Did you stick it out? And marriage is not a bad thing. Let's go ahead and put that out there. Marriage itself is not a bad thing as long as the two people who are married to each other is committed to making the marriage work. Again, let's emphasize that the two people involved in the marriage have to be committed into making the marriage work. Let's not glamorize marriages that are toxic. Let's not glamorize marriages that are unhealthy. Let's not glamorize marriages to say that I want to be married for the sake of being married no matter what's going on in my relationship. If he doesn't respect you, if he is mistreating you, or she, if they are mistreating you, they don't respect you, they are abusing you. And keep in mind, abuse means not just physical abuse. You don't have to be somebody's punching bag to be abused. It can be mental, it can be emotional, it can be financial, it can be psychological, it can be, of course, sexual, and of course, physical. But let's not neglect those things to say that because I have a husband or because I have a wife, that makes me so much better than somebody who is single, who doesn't have someone in their life. I'm here to tell you that there is peace with being single. I'm here to tell you that we have to change the narrative that I need to stay in a marriage for the sake of saying that I'm married. We need to change the narrative that I'm going to portray to the world that everything is great, but behind closed doors, I'm being abused in some kind of way. And I'm legally married to a narcissist. So how is that not toxic? How is that good? What does that show my kids? What does being married for the sake of being married show my children? It shows them that as a mom, as a woman, I'm going to put up with something that I shouldn't have to put up with. It shows them that I don't have enough respect for myself where I can actually get out of a marriage. Now, let's go ahead and address issues that's going to come up. Some people can't leave because of financial reasons. I get that. And truth be told, I had to stay as long as I did because of financial reasons. I could not leave until I was in a financial place to move forward. So I had to come up with an exit strategy. I had to come up with a plan. I had to make my mind up to say, okay, you know what? I have to do something more than what I'm doing. This is no way to live, to be unhappy. This is no way to be treated. And I wasn't personally going to allow money to be my reason as to why I was going to stay in an unhealthy relationship. So I was going to school at the time to get my doctorate. And when I made the decision to leave, I made the decision actually back in 2016 to leave. And it's 2020 now, or 2021 now, shall I say. 2016, I made the decision to leave. 2017, I started my doctorate program. And I had said to him, if you do not have it together by the time I graduate in 2020, you will have to go. With that being said, I had to come up with an exit strategy, had to put money away. And it was difficult because there was times where I had to do clinical, which in case if you're not into the nursing or the educational realm of how that works, we have to do what's called clinical, where you actually go do like an internship, so to speak, but you're not getting paid for it. You're learning how to do the work without the pay that goes with it. And that's required to graduate from most nursing programs, or all nursing programs really. All traditional programs Even at the master's level, you have to do clinicals. And at the doctorate level, you have to do clinicals. Which means if you're doing clinicals, a lot of times those hours that you have to do, you're putting in 20 to 30 hours per week doing something that you're not getting paid for to fulfill a school requirement. Which means I had to cut my work hours back to fulfill the school requirement. So I knew I had to depend on him income-wise, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle depending on him for his income, me trying to play the role of trying to keep things cool and kosher just so that I can make it through the next so many years to know what my plan is going to be. But I'm here to tell you that my plan worked. I am not, he's out the house, but I'm not legally divorced yet. That's coming down the road. But what I want to say is I had to do what was good for me, and divorce is what's good for me. That doesn't mean I can't start all over. That doesn't mean that everything's great right now. That doesn't mean that there's bills I have to pay that actually he the one who accrued. But with that being said, I'd rather do that and be able to move forward with my life and my boys and girls, that I can say, okay, well, I did the best what I could do for me, and I did what was good for me and my children. It's never good really to stay in a relationship for the sake of the kids. Now, some people may come for me and say, well, I stay for the sake of the kids. Well, guess what? The kids, no matter when you divorce, if you leave, it impacts them as an adults and it impacts them as children. It impacts them either way. Children are resilient. If you get them counseling, you talk to them about the situation and kind of talk about, this is not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. It's just that your mother and father no longer can see eye to eye and to stay in the same house, but we both still care for you. We're going to take care of you. If that is true. In my situation, he decided to walk out and abandon his family, basically. And even though I knew that was coming, I never knew that he would not take care of his children. But if I look back at the red flags and look back how he is in terms of how a narcissist is, I should have saw the writing on the wall. Nonetheless, I have a job now where I take care of my children just fine. I take care of me just fine, and I don't need his income. However, when them papers come, he's going to have to pay some child support. And so with that being said, I'm not dependent upon that. So I'm saying that if you find yourself in a situation where you are in a marriage and you feel like, okay, you know what, this just is not working for me. He or she does not care for me like he claims or she claims to care for me. He or she is not showing through their actions and their patterns that they care for me and my family or children. Then it's really time to make a choice, whether it's about you, the kids, or about the marriage. Do you want to be married for the sake of having a title that you're married, that you belong to someone who actually doesn't belong to you because they have already either cheated on you, beat you, taken all the money from you? What is that what marriage was or is? And for the ones of you who are religious, and you say, well, divorce is something that God does not condone. Oh, so does God condone you being abused? You saw that in the Bible where it says, oh, could it be abused mentally, physically, sexually? Is that okay? It's not okay for him or her to cheat on you, but you think it's okay to be abused and mistreated? I don't think God condones that, or whoever you believe. I don't think your higher power condones that. But if you feel that they do, then you stay in your broken marriage. So I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones who say, you know, I want to get out, but I don't know how to get out. And I want to get out, but people will look at me differently. Yes, they will. And I'm so sorry your marriage didn't work. Well, it is what it is. You know, why be sorry for me? He chose to make it not work. And I chose to say, I'm going to make me work. I'm going to be happy for me and take care of my kids, because I don't want my boys growing up to think that this is how a woman's supposed to be treated. And that's exactly what I will be showing them. I will be showing my boys that this is how women should be treated. So they're going to go find a woman who does exactly what I did in terms of saying, I'm going to stay with a man because of the fact that he mistreated me. He abused us. He took all the money from us. He did everything he was supposed to do. He was a narcissist on top of that. And they're going to go find someone who they can marry or lay up with, and they make all the money, and my boys grow up to be men who do absolutely nothing. No, I don't want to contribute to the problems we already have in society that the men that we find. Dating in your 40s is like dating in your 20s. There's no different. These men are not any better. All of them are not any better. Now, there are some good men out there, and there's some good women out there, but for what I'm hearing from the people that I've asked, and the people who I've talked to who are in the dating world at 40s and 50s and 60s, the men and women are still the same as they were when we were in our 20s. They have not grown up yet. It's going to take time for us to heal and work on ourselves and say, okay, you know what? Let me work on me. Let me just work on me for a period of time to heal me, to get therapy, to make sure I spend time with my kids, to make sure that I do the things that they need to be taken care of, and then not even focus. Because the Bible states, if you're religious or you read the Bible, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? So nowhere in the Bible it says that we supposed to go chase the man. They pursue us. They find us. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. So if you're trying to get married again, he has to come find you. You don't go looking for him. Okay. So have I been on dating apps? Yeah, I have. Is there really anything out here? No, I haven't found anything that's worth my while. But at the same time, that just tells me I need to work on me even more. So that means I'm going to the I and working out, which I was already doing that anyway, which means that I was getting my education, check, done, got a doctorate degree, which I'm already, working on. Other business plans, check, got those in the mix. More about that coming up soon when I can actually disclose things like that. But I'm focused on me now. So I'm saying all that to say, let's normalize healthy relationships. And sometimes being healthy means being by yourself. Let's not glamorize unhealthy marriages or relationships for the sake of saying we have one. I would rather have no relationship and have peace in my home than to have a drama-filled life with someone just to say that I'm married to that person. Again, short but sweet, but let's normalize healthy relationships, and let's normalize us being by ourselves to rebuild ourselves for the right person to come along to us, to make us better, or not to make us better. No, we should be happy by ourselves. To basically be a companion, someone we want in our lives because we want them there, not because we have to have them there. I don't ever want to be in this situation again where I need someone. I want to want someone, but I don't want to have to need someone. And for a good part of my marriage, I had to need this person because I needed them financially to help us sustain when we had small babies. And now that the boys are about to be 12 and 9, I'm just not at that point anymore. So it was just time for me to make a decision for me to go, and that's what I did. I encourage you to do the same if you're ready to do that. With an exit plan, a strategy, and work your way to where you want to be to find your happiness. That is all for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have the people that I watch for narcissism in the comment box or the description box down below. Help get this channel to 2K. Once I get to 2K, I plan to go live and start having conversations about nursing, basically. However, now that we're talking about narcissism and narcissistic marriages, relationships, I may come on here and do live for that as well. If something you're interested in, please thumb this video up and leave that in a comment below. That maybe we can have a conversation about what I've been through and what strategies I've used. Never thought about that until literally just now in this video. But I had planned on coming on here live starting at 2,000 subscribers, specifically for my nursing students or nursing people who want to know more about nursing and how to just answer their questions, Q&A. But yeah, I think that this warrants its own time too. So I probably will come on here as well and talk about my narcissistic marriage. Again, once I get to 2K. So we are about 130 or so shy of that right now. Please like, comment, subscribe if you have not already. Follow me on IG if you so choose. And until the next time, you all take care. Bye-bye.